Cristobal Balenciaga, Master of Tailoring, is at SCAD Fash through June 2nd, honoring the legendary Spanish designer and haute couturier Cristobal Balenciaga. This exhibit will showcase over 30 rarely seen garments, illustrations, and photographs from the late 1940s to 1968. The exhibit will examine the designer's experimentation with form, presenting a variety of silhouettes to highlight his mastery and inventive approach to fashion, including exquisite gowns worn by Elizabeth Taylor and more. Cristobal Balenciaga, Master of Tailoring, is curated exclusively for SCAD Fash. Find out more at scadfash.org.
Support for WABE comes from 100 Miles, a nonprofit committed to preserving Georgia's 100-mile coast. A landscape unlike any other, Georgia's coast is home to vital communities and people from all walks of life fighting to protect it. Help keep Georgia's coast flowing at ourgeorgiacoast.org.
Hi, I'm WABE contributor and senior editor at the AJC, Mike Jordan.
And I'm Sammy Purcell, Associate Editor with Rough Draft Atlanta.
And this is How Do You Atlanta?
Let's take a look at what's going on in the city this week. What do you got for us, Mike?
All right, we're going to start with ideas, the Night of Ideas. This is at the Atlanta History Center on March 1st. And this isn't the first time this event has happened. It's a very popular event, but it's returning on March 1st to explore a theme of urban mutations through the lenses of the environment, Afrofuturism, and artistic expression. So it's asking questions. How are cities preparing for environmental changes to come? Will Atlanta become the model for an ecological and equitable city? And as this major southern city, how will Atlanta step into the future and have a significant impact on the entire region, socially and ecologically? So it's a very, very cool event. You go there and literally you listen to speeches, you ask questions, you talk, and there's going to be some really important and very smart people there. Hannah Palmer, who's a writer and one of my neighbors, a very good friend of mine. Also urban planner Mark Chambers, and many other people. So the great thing about this event, in addition to the engagement and showing that you care enough about your city to bring some ideas, it is free and it is open to the public. Registration, however, is required. So make sure you go to the website that is nightofideas.org/Atlanta. And this is March 1st at the Atlanta History Center.
I think it's so cool when events like this are free. You know, events like focused on, creating a better world or thinking about creating a better world. It's always, I think, a little bit of a letdown when they're like, and you have to pay. But,
yeah. I mean, that's not a great idea. It's just one of those things where you have to meet the community where they are, and free is meeting everybody where they are. And you get some of the best ideas because obviously people, if people are going to take the opportunity to put an idea out there into the world, they're giving that away. So it makes no sense to charge them for that. I love this event. Highly recommend it. Please get out there and bring your ideas to the show. All right, Sammy, what do you got?
So in Cobb County this month, we're celebrating Bubbles and Brews. So this starts on March 1st and lasts all throughout the month of March. It's a month-long celebration of Cobb County's unique breweries, wineries, and distilleries. And you'll also have a chance to earn some prizes. So you'll be able to visit the hotspots in Cobb County and vote for your favorite beverage, attend special events, and collect stamps to win some very cool prizes, like I said. So to participate in this, you'll have to sign up for a digital pass online at bubblesandbrews.com. You can then get that stamped at each little brewery or distillery or winery that you visit in order to get that swag. So visit participating hotspots anytime in March to collect those stamps. And you can get your brew pass again at bubblesandbrews.com. So again, that's Bubbles and Brews. I don't know how many times I can say it. And you can celebrate it all throughout the month of March in Cobb County.
I love bubbles. I love brews. But I love this. Yeah, you can't. I mean, you don't want the bubbles to stop when you're pouring something. That means the carbonation's all gone. So
that's true.
Say it as many times as you need to say it, Sammy. I also like that, again, we're in this place where they talk a lot about how alcohol specifically is becoming a thing where people are going low alcohol and mocktails and whatever else. You can bubble and brew like a lot of things. You can bubble and brew non-alcoholic things, kombucha, you can have bubbles and all kind of things. So yeah, bubbles and brews. Why not?
Carbonation, equal opportunity.
Yo, be somebody. Be Bubbles and Brews.
Bubbles and Brews. All right, what else do you have for us this week?
All right, next we have the Atlanta Dogwood Festival's Run for the Arts 5K. So yes, this is a separate event in affiliation with the Atlanta Dogwood Festival, but this is one that is going to benefit Atlanta High School Arts Exhibition. And so it's a run that is actually a qualifier for the AJC Peachtree Road Race. So you want to get in there, but this race is on Saturday, March 2nd, at 9 a.m., and it happens in Piedmont Park right across from the Greystone event facility and the swimming pool. So the whole race is going to be contained inside the park, so you can just make sure that you're in there and you won't have to run all around and follow stuff. So registrants for this event will get priority entry and pricing, of course, but the good thing is you can register on site the day of, which is March 2nd. And you'll get a race bib for your color, and you'll also get a T-shirt featuring the winning design from a student. So it's a really good event. Get out there and get yourself qualified for the Peachtree Road Race, or, just get out there and have fun or watch. This is March 2nd at Piedmont Park, and you can get information at dogwood.org.
It's so cool that the T-shirt's going to get to be designed by a student. They used to do that when I was in high school for different events, and I was never artistically, gifted enough in that way to be able to win, but I always thought it was so cool.
Do you have any shirts from students from your days in high school?
I definitely do. I think maybe not high school. We did it in elementary school too. It was, what was the Say No to Drugs campaign? They used to do a T-shirt design for that every year.
They did. I still have some, but the problem when students designed T-shirts in my day is that they would use the popular slang of the time, and there's just no way I'm going to wear it. Like, I think it was like, kicking it alive in 95. I'm like, oh no, that slang was out of date by 95, actually. So that one doesn't get any play out here in these streets,
nice.
But it was nice at the time.
Yeah, I'd love to look back. This is How Do You Atlanta. I'm Sammy Purcell, and we'll be right back after this break.
Black perspectives haven't always been centered in the telling of America's story. Now, we're taking center stage. Introducing NPR's Black Stories, Black Truths, a collection of Black-led stories from NPR's podcasts. Search NPR Black Stories, Black Truths wherever you get your podcasts.
The world has changed, from shifts in power to a mental health crisis. So with all this social change, how do we balance the human desire for empathy, the business need for productivity, and the hope to make an impact in our community? This is a new podcast, The Social Impact Leader. I'm Jeff Shinnabarker. Join me as we explore people doing work a little different. Available every Wednesday at wabe.org/podcast or wherever you get your podcasts.
WABE.
All right, Sammy, what do you have next?
So coming up, the Gwinnett Ballet Theater is going to perform A Midsummer Night's Dream at Gas South Theater on March 2nd. So this is a ballet based off the comedy by William Shakespeare. If you've ever seen this play, it's got a lot of magical elements, some fairies, there's a lot of forest imagery. I think it'll make a really, really cool ballet. So you can join the Gwinnett Ballet Theater as they perform this very captivating new ballet where mischievous fairies and love-struck mortals collide in a delightful web of romance and comedy. So again, that's at the Gauss South Theater. I've kind of noticed, I've done a couple ballets on this podcast thus far, and the Gas South Theater seems to be where those are at. So you can get your tickets at the link in our show notes. And again, that's A Midsummer Night's Dream presented by Gwinnett Ballet Theater at Gas South Theater on March 2nd.
What do you think? What keeps this alive, like in terms of this specific one? Because that's such a great name, but I'm just like, in the pantheon, like why do people care about the Midsummer Night's Dream theme?
I think the fantasy element has a lot to do with it. There's a lot of, like I said, like fairies and kind of the interplay. I know that it's featured in Dead Poet Society, I think. So I feel like it's just kind of stayed around in the cultural lexicon that way, but it is featured in Dead Poet Society, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I can't remember it. It's one that I'm just like, I know we read it in school. I remember Othello. I remember Macbeth. I remember a lot of the ones that happened, but I can't really remember Midsummer Night's Dream. And someone is shaking their fist at me right now. But I do
feel like in school, especially, we tend to kind of focus on the tragedies. And this is like a kind of a weird comedy.
Yeah.
So, I guess we just give tragic plays kind of more
now that you say
gravitas.
It, though,
I don't know.
I think I do remember seeing it, and I remember people in tights, and there was like some drinking,
Yes.
of the
I'm
characters.
pretty sure there's like a guy dressed as a horse. Or
Yeah,
some kind
because
of
I think it was
animal.
I think we really had a good time as kids watching the live play. So actually now I'm starting to come back to me.
Yeah, and I think there's enough kind of fantastical, magical elements that'll make a cool ballet.
Yeah, okay. Time for re-up. All right.
All right, what do you have for us?
All right, this is one that's really quirky and weird and cool, so I love it very much. Cardboard Con. So, if you are not familiar with Cardboard Con, it bills itself as the first and only science fiction fantasy convention that is dedicated to the art of cardboard costuming. And it also says it is the most affordable. And that is because you literally just need cardboard. Really hilarious website. It kind of is like that encompasses more than 3 Atlanta downtown hotels. By the way, none of those it has any official agreements with. So any information you pick up off of this website, you need to be ready to take it with a grain of salt and a little fun. But it's really a tradition for all fun-loving nerds who want to dress up and do cosplay in cardboard uniforms. So they do all kind of interesting stuff. People will be dressed up as cardboard stormtroopers. There will be, as from the previous years, a cardboard Pac-Man, a cardboard Murder Kroger, if you will, cardboard Captain America. There will even be panels. Last year, there was a cardboard DJ and about AI. There was the cardboard chef. This year's panels include Curtsying 101, show respect while avoiding paper cuts, and also a panel on how cardboard pirates threaten shipping lines. So get out there on March 2nd, downtown Atlanta, in the Downtown Hilton Hotel, and get information at CardboardCon, that's cardboardcon.com.
I've never heard of this before, and now I'm looking at some of these pictures, and these are such creative costumes.
You got to go to the website, folks,
yeah.
and see what's going on here. These folks, I mean, they're in boxes, obviously, but they're really doing all kind of things, but they are genuinely having fun. You can tell this is a really fun, cool event. And again, it doesn't cost any money. You just need to have a very creative idea of what you can put on with some cardboard laying around the house.
Yeah.
But it looks like a great time.
Yeah, and if you need inspiration, these pictures are definitely helpful.
CardboardCon.com, everybody. Get out there on March 2nd. It sounds like it's an amazing event. And what do you have next, Sammy?
So March 2nd and March 9th at Atlantic Station, we're going to have the Atlanta Brunch Festival. So March 2nd is this coming Saturday, and then March 9th is going to be the next Saturday. We all know Atlanta loves brunch, so why not go to this festival and celebrate some of the best restaurants in the brunch game, serving up tasting sites of the brunch items that they do best. There'll also be the brunch beverages we all know and love, so that's Bloody Marys, mimosas, brunch punch, beer, wine, seltzer, and a full list of participating restaurants will be announced soon. It might already be out by the time this airs, so go ahead and check that out at the link in our show notes. Early entry tickets are available for this, so that means you get early entry at 11 a.m., drinks from 11 a.m. to 3:45 p.m., and 3 food tickets for any restaurant, but they must be used between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., so a little bit of a shorter window for that. And then bottomless drink tickets are also available, so that includes entry, entertainment, and all drinks between 12 p.m. and 3:45 p.m., but for those, food will cost extra. So both of these sold out pretty quickly last year, if I'm not mistaken. So go and try to get them while you can. This is a 21 and up event, so no babies, no pets. But you can get your tickets again at the link in our show notes. That's Atlanta Brunch Festival, March 2nd and 9th at Atlantic Station.
Sammy, what is one of your favorite brunch dishes that you eat and one of your favorite brunch drinks?
For a drink, I'm very boring. I just love a good mimosa, but mostly champagne, like splash of OJ,
Okay. OJ mimosa, okay.
Yeah. And then I love Eggs Benedict. Just like a really good Eggs Benedict. Like the egg is just right, Okay. I really love that.
I do steak hash and French 75s. That's my thing.
Ooh, French 75.
And it doesn't sound like it goes together because it's gin and, it's bubbly gin drink. But I don't know. Maybe it doesn't go together. But those are the two things I have.
For you,
it works. I feel like, and the bubbles help with all that steak and potatoes in a meeting.
True.
So yeah, steak hash, outstanding.
You know what else I love?
What?
Shakshuka.
Okay.
Tell
me more.
Tomato-y with bread on it and like the egg in there. It's really, really good.
I see.
Spicy, a little spicy.
All right. Good. Sounds like you might do brunch for dinner tonight.
Maybe I'll have shakshuka.
Do it. That's what we have this week for How Do You Atlanta. For more on these and other great events around the city, go to howdoyouatlanta.com. How Do You Atlanta is a joint production of WABE and Rough Draft. This podcast is produced by Crystal Devone with editing from Scotty Crow, WABE's Vice President of Audio. You can find links to all of these events in the podcast show notes.
WABE.
Sounds Like ATL is a music documentary series that takes an in-depth look at the artists amplifying Atlanta's famed music community. Built around a desire to highlight Atlanta's diverse and world-renowned music scene, each episode features unforgettable, intimate musical performances by fresh new musical guests, each with exclusive interviews about the stories behind their music. Listen to Sounds Like ATL Saturday evenings at 7 on WABE and WABE.org.
Hey, it's Alex Sujong Laughlin and Kelsey McKinney
from the Normal Gossip podcast.
We're so excited to announce that we're bringing our show live to a stage near you.
Normal Gossip is coming to Atlanta on March 8th at Symphony Hall, and we can't wait to see you there.
Join us for glow sticks, a real squirrel hat, secrets, and a great gossip story we can't stop telling.
Tickets are on sale now at normalgossiplive.com.